Do you ever feel so completely overwhelmed with all the things that I guess we call life? You don't know where to start. You've got so many ideas going on in your brain and a lot of deadlines. This is the video for you, my friend, because in this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 things that I do that really help me accomplish my goals and figure out the most important things to do and when to do them. So let's get started. What's up, my good vibe DJ crew? You know how we do here on the tube. One of the first things I do when I'm trying to figure out where to go with all of the different tasks that I've got going on is I literally do a brain dump. For like 5 minutes on a piece of paper, I'm going to write out all of these different things that I need to do. Maybe some things are work related, home related, mental or physical things that I want to accomplish, whatever the category is, and I just start listing all the things that I really want to accomplish. The second thing I do is I use the 4 quadrants. You may have heard me talk about this in previous videos, but the 4 quadrants are basically things that go in different categories from there. The 4 quadrants are important and urgent, important, not urgent, urgent, not important, and not urgent, not important. When you pick apart things and figure out what is the most important thing that you need to do right now and it's urgent, then you know what to prioritize, you know what to schedule, what to focus on first. A lot of the times when we're procrastinating, we'll actually do the things on the not important and not urgent list. And it looks a little something like, it's first thing in the morning, you know you need to work on a track, you know you only have 20 minutes to work on that track, but you look at your kitchen sink and think like, I gotta do the dishes. The dishes need to get done. Sometimes the dishes can wait, but part of that procrastination is distracting us with something else, which is also important, but it's not urgent. It's something that we could do at a different time of day. And maybe for you, like me, the morning is your most creative time, which means it's the time in which you really should be in the studio for 20-30 minutes. So having these categories help you figure out, what do I need to focus on first, and how do I schedule this accordingly? The third thing is scheduling it. If you do not schedule the tasks that you need to do, there's a very good chance that they will either not get done or you will wait until the due date to do them, which, is a lot of stress, and maybe you don't perform as well because you're only giving yourself that allotted amount of time and it's quite a bit shorter. And before you tell me that you thrive on stressful situations, trust me when I say that there is a very good chance that actually you thrive the other way around. You just don't know because you haven't tried it before, but that's, something that you can talk about in therapy. So when it comes to scheduling, it's very, very important that you think about this thing, which is kind of the 4th thing, but you need it with the 3rd thing. So you need to think about, when is the best time to schedule something? So it's not just when do I have free time, but it could be, when are the kids not home? When am I not being bothered by my partner? When can I be loud in my apartment or house and it's not going to bug anybody or the neighbors, or it's within the time span that I can be loud? You're really just kind of thinking about all the different ways in which you can schedule things that make the most sense. So like I was saying before, for a lot of us, and some of us don't even know this yet, but early in the morning is a time where a lot of folks find they are most creative because they're not bombarded by social media. They're not getting a bunch of messages for work. People are still sleeping. That might be the best time for you to work out. That might be the best time for you to work on music or playlists. And this one's kind of a bonus, but what I like to do is figure out, if I have downtime, what am I going to do in that downtime? So if maybe, it's really important for me to educate myself on a topic, and I might have playlists that are ready to go so that if I am on a commute and have the chance to watch or listen to a certain podcast to educate myself in something I'm trying to learn more about, or read a book, or take notes and brainstorm. I'm just going to make sure that the things that maybe are not urgent and important get accomplished in those little time frames where suddenly, okay, I'm waiting for an appointment and they're running behind and I've got 15-20 minutes to do the thing. Like for me, first thing in the morning, when I'm making my coffee, I'm waiting for the tea kettle to heat up, or I'm waiting for the coffee to settle after using like a French press. In that like 5 to 10 minute, whatever that span is, I might just be focusing on, okay, I'm just gonna do as many dishes as I can, or with the scheduling, saying like, this is my time frame for it, and then doing it, even if you don't finish the thing, right? And this is what I think a lot of people don't consider when they're scheduling things. They're like, I want to work on music production and I'm going to spend 3 hours doing it. Maybe you don't have 3 hours. Maybe after 20-30 minutes, your ears are just exhausted, or you're not feeling creative. Having those breaks, scheduling breaks, having shorter time periods to do something, but doing it more frequently, for some folks will actually help them accomplish so much more than if they had like that 3-hour session. And if you really do your homework, what you're going to find is that breaking things apart and doing them that way, you will often accomplish them so much more quickly. And when you go to sleep at night, when you take breaks from things, not only do you get bursts of energy, but you problem solve when you sleep. So if you're trying to learn a new skill, if you're trying to figure something out in your production program, or you're, juggling beats and scratching, and you go to sleep, and then the next day you try it again, you might actually create that new skill set simply because you practiced it the day before. It wasn't a good session, but the next day things just start to click. It's just so incredibly important that we take the time, even if we feel like we don't have a lot of time, we take the time to, dump the things that are coming out of our brain, that, give them a space and time on that piece of paper. Not necessarily writing it down, but like a piece of paper, to figure out where that is important in your schedule. And you might adjust. You might find things that you thought were important are no longer important, or things that weren't suddenly are. You may find that scheduling things actually helps you to make them happen. You may find that certain times of day you are more productive than others. And with that momentum, you will find motivation. And I think this is another big thing that people don't realize. They wait for motivation. Motivation is bullshit. If it happens just randomly, it's only going to be for a little spurt of time. So when you consistently push yourself to do these things, even if it's a little bit at a time, you will find the momentum. You will find yourself getting more motivated and excited. And don't be surprised if, when you are busier, when you have more work going on and you have to be more methodical about the time and how you use it, that you accomplish so much more. I hope y'all found this video super freaking helpful. I know festival season is right around the corner, and the summer is, definitely boosting a lot of our moods. Just the idea that it's around the corner, and more sunlight and more heat, and everyone just seems like they're in so much better of a mood, especially with everything opening up. This is a great time to start like really figuring out what it is you want to do next. So much love, y'all.